to try to change the mindset of a trader, of already existing trader, is difficult. I do think that the trader needs to completely clean their mind, think like they're entering a new career, as being as a new human and a completely new person. And once the trader tries to erase, okay, the habits that he or she already has, it's easier for them to feel that they're joining a new career. Now, answering your question, I will say, look, meditation for sure. Meditation is the first point in the list, because that's the only thing that will reset you as a trader. Now, secondly, I would say not many traders do this, but knowing what's your personality type. Have you done a personality test? Do you know who you are? Do you know how adverse to risk you are? Those are analyses that traders don't do, and that's the first thing that they should do before even jumping into trading itself. So meditation, personality tests. I do recommend them to, before they spend so much money on course, I spend money on mentoring with a proper psychologist or a professional in the field that can analyze you before you analyze yourself, and they tell you, okay, you're like this is one of the first thing I did when I transitioned from investment banking to retail was I did spend like quite a big chunk of money being with a psychologist, okay, a behavioral finance professional. I spent like 1 hour with him for probably 3 months, and he break down my whole DNA. And he said, you're like this, you're like this, and you're like this, and because you're like this, you need to trade like this. So investing in a behavioral finance psychologist is probably, or an investment behavioral finance professional is probably the best thing that you can do. Again, purely on psychology.
Was that individual, so you said he's a behavioral psychologist in finance specifically, right?
In finance specifically.
Okay, so I've actually never heard of, like, I know that there's institutional traders have performance managers that are basically like a performance psychologist. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Performance psychologist. I do think that you need to speak with those type of individuals, like the Wendy Rhodes. If you have seen Billions, probably.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think that's brilliant, because this is kind of what I went back to, and I said that institutional traders are fallible too. It's because they're human. You have a fight with your wife and you come to work, even if you're trading a $250 million, fund for the larger fund, you could still bring those problems, to work with you. So in terms of psychology, most traders' problems come from issues that they have not addressed in the past. Is that what you feel like people could benefit from talking with a psychiatrist or a psychologist?
100%. In fact, the majority of the mistakes that they commit on trading they are linked with their personality, with past experiences that they have in their lives. I have met all type of traders, and they don't develop those psychological biases when they start trading. They
happen later?
No, it happens before. It comes.
Okay.
So if you're a gambler, let's say you have been a gambler a whole life, and when you start trading, you're just increasing that gambling habit. But the majority of the traders, the habits that they have on trading do have to do with their previous money management habits. So that's why I say it's really important to take trading as any other serious aspect in your life. If you have an issue with it, go to a psychologist. Like, again, a professional in the field. He will tell you what is going through your head and why you're doing the things you're doing. And I do think that one recommendation that I give all FX academies in the world, if they want to succeed, you have to have a behavioral finance professional in the team. Someone that does the one-on-one mentoring in a very, very professional way and know exactly what it's doing and know exactly which cables to touch in people's mind.
Right.